Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am starting a weekly reading vlog. Actually, I'm not starting it because I am filming this at the end of it, but you are getting my intro now. So I do several things this week that I'm going to take you along with. I go to Half Price Books and get rid of some books. I buy some books as well. I go to a bunch of little free libraries. I also read 4 books in this vlog, including my 100th book of the year. And I fly to Denver, Colorado and spend a few days there. So I just thought I would take you along on this week. There's no really theme to it. I just wanted to vlog the week because I actually had some exciting things for once. And I do go see Niall Horan, which is wonderful and great as well because I didn't plan to go see him and so it just worked out that way. But I did also read 4 pretty incredible books. One of them not so incredible, but 3 of them were, so you're just gonna have to watch and find out which ones were really good. But let's go ahead and get on into this week. Alright, I have 2 giant tubs filled with books right now. One has 44 and one has 46, something like that, so you do the math. We are going to head to San Antonio to go to Half Price Books, and hopefully I can get some good money out of these. These are also gonna be very heavy to carry in on my own, but I can do it. Alright, done at Half Price Books. All I got was $35 for 90 books, which I was watching Lachlan from Locke's Library the other day and she got $200. Girl, how did you get that much money? Because I got $35, which I mean, better than nothing, and I'm glad those books are going to a better place. But done with Half Price Books, I'm actually going to see if there's a crumble around here because the lineup for this week looks really good. So if there is a crumble, I will do like a little taste test. Try out something new, you know? Okay, you might be a little crooked, and sorry if you can hear the AC, but we're in South Texas. I'm not turning it off. But I got the 4-pack from Crumble, so let's try it out. I don't get Crumble a lot, but when I have gotten them before, I've liked it. So the lineup looks really good this week. So let's go one by one here. Okay, first we have cookies and cream, and how am I gonna do this without making a mess? It's like fresh, it's warm. Okay, let's see. I love cookies and cream. Ready? Oh my gosh. That is so soft. I want another bite, but I have 4 more cookies. Oh, or 3 more now. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Definitely recommend that one. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Are we starting out too strong? Seriously, why did a large white van just park right next to me when nobody else was parked by me? I found a napkin in my glove box. It's a miracle. It's a crumble miracle. Okay, next we have the golden Oreo one. I'm not gonna split this in half because this one's hefty. This one's really heavy. So I'm just gonna take a bite. Mmm. Okay, wait. This frosting is so soft. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, is this another 9 out of 10? This one's really good. I love golden Oreos. I don't know what I like better, golden Oreos or regular Oreos. So let me know which one you like better. Okay, we have one more. I'm not gonna do the chocolate chip one because that's just like the basic one. Oh, okay, and this one's chilled. So this is cannoli. This was the first one I saw on Instagram yesterday and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need that. So it's chilled, it seems like. So we have like little chocolate chips all around it. Here we go. Okay. Hold on. I think I'm gonna give that one an 8 out of 10. It's still delicious, but I think I like the other two better because I'm just a sucker for warm cookies versus like cold cookies. In fact, every time I make cookies, like the next day, I'll warm them up before I eat them. So these are all killer. I love them all. What one was my favorite? Probably the cookies and cream. Probably the cookies and cream. All right, now that I've had my little sugar rush, I'm gonna go around and see if I can find some little free libraries because I have a few ARCs, actually like 20 ARCs that I need to get rid of, and I'm gonna go put them in some little free libraries, and if I get something out of it, that's fine, but if not, I just wanna get rid of these books. So I went to Target, and I wasn't planning on it, but at Half Price Books, I told myself if I saw Powerless or Butcher and Blackbird, I was gonna buy it. And I didn't see either of those books. Half Price Books had like 47 copies of Reckless, but not Powerless. So on the way home, I was like, why don't I just stop by Target? And my Target is usually really bad, but they have stepped up their selection, so I got 3 books. Did I need them? No. Were they way too much? Yes. But was I ever going to get them out of my head if I didn't get them now? No. So let me show you what I got. So they didn't have Butcher and Blackbird, but they did have Powerless, so I got this. I don't know if I'm gonna like it because usually I hate hype books. I usually have the unpopular opinion, but this has been so compared to the Hunger Games and I will devour anything that is like that. So I got that. Then I got one of my most anticipated releases, The Love of My Afterlife, and I'm really hoping this one gives like Dead Romantics vibes. I'm not sure, I haven't seen any reviews for this yet, but I'm hoping I love it. And the last book I got was this special collector's edition of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and it's in like a slipcase, and it's all like in wrap right now, but I'm not going to open it right now because I have a really good parking spot, so I probably need to leave so people can get it. But I have one more thing to show you. So I saw these little Baymax mystery packs, and I just couldn't help myself. So there's like a bunch of different ones you can get. So let's open this up and see what I get. This is impossible. Aha, I got it. Okay, I don't know which one I want. I just love Baymax, so let's see what I got. Oh my gosh, it's Baymax with a cat. That is so cute. I love him so much. Okay, now it's time to head home, and I'm gonna start reading tonight. I finished a book this morning, but that wasn't part of this vlog, so you don't get to know until my wrap up. But when I get home, I am going to pick up my 100th book of the year. Last time we talked, I told you I was going to be starting my 100th book of the year. It is now Wednesday. I talked to you on Monday, and I did start my 100th book of the year, and that was Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage, and I have since finished this. I read the entirety of this book yesterday, and I just love this series so much. This is book 2 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. The first book is done and dusted, and I read that a few months ago and I gave it 5 stars. It's one of my favorite romances, and these are companion books. So we follow this family of cowboys, and each one gets like this little love story, and then as you go, you get to meet more side characters and they get their love stories, and I just want this series to go on forever because I love these characters and this family so much. So in this one in particular, we follow Wes Ryder, and he is one of the cowboys that's in the family and works at the ranch, and he is kind of fixing up this house that is on the ranch to be an Airbnb. And so he has an interior designer named Ada come in, and this is a love story between Wes and Ada. And this is also Grumpy Sunshine. He is Sunshine and she is Grumpy, and I will say Grumpy Sunshine has never been my favorite trope. I just usually don't enjoy the grumpy aspect of things. I would not consider myself a Sunshine person, but in books, I prefer the Sunshine character always. So I ended up giving this one 4 stars because I loved it, but I did not love it as much as the first one, and I really didn't like Ada as a character, and I think it's really just because she was that grumpy character. I really love being on the ranch, and this whole family dynamic is so great because there's also found family within this, and this series also does tend to have different representation. This one in particular had major depressive representation. However, it wasn't explored a lot, and I kind of wish it was explored even more because it almost felt like it was just like, oh, here's this representation, and then it moved on, and I wish we kind of saw more of it. But it is a short book. It's only 285 pages, and I flew through it, could not put it down. I love Lila Sage's writing so much, and I love the vibes on the ranch in Wyoming, and it's great. I have always said I don't like cowboys. I live in South Texas, so I'm just like cowboy overloaded, but this series is making me think maybe I do like cowboys in a fictional sense. So yes, 100th book done, and I'm so excited, and I have since started my next book, which is Only If You're Lucky by Stacey Willingham. This is Stacey Willingham's 3rd book, and I have given every book of hers 5 stars so far, so the standards are high for this one, and I'm only like 7% in, so I don't have a full synopsis yet because I'm not sure what it's about. I just like dove headfirst into it, but things are already kind of escalating and getting interesting. There's already somebody accused for murder, somebody's already missing, so when I get further in, I will let you know more what it's about. But as for my plans for the rest of the day, it's 11:40 a.m. and I have to pack because at 2 p.m. I'm heading to the airport because I am flying to Denver, Colorado today. If you don't know, in August, so in a few weeks, I am moving to Denver. We just got approved for a house like 2 days ago, and I'm so excited. So my roommate that I'm living with is flying me out there so I can kind of see the area before I move in and just get to know where I'm gonna be living. So I will be flying out there, and I'm hoping to get some reading done because I'm also house sitting because she's going to be leaving. So house sitting, dog sitting, hopefully reading and exploring, and of course I'm going to take you along. But my plan for today is to read the entire time on the plane ride. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes, I think, so I will be reading Only If You're Lucky, so hopefully I make some good progress. Hello from Denver, Colorado. I flew in last night, had dinner with my future roommates, and I got to also meet my future dog roommates as well. I don't get to bring my dogs with me to Colorado, and so it'll be nice to also have dog roommates as well as human roommates. But reading update, I am 42% of the way through Only If You're Lucky. That's what it's called, right? Only If You're Lucky. And this one follows a girl named Margot who is in college, and Margot kind of gets wrapped up in this girl named Lucy. Now Lucy is one of those typical girls that is like bad news, but everybody is obsessed with her for no reason at all. Like I don't understand it, but Margot gets wrapped up with Lucy and becomes her roommate. And so we have a before timeline and an after timeline. So in the before timeline, we kind of get to see Margot start developing this kind of friendship slash weird obsession with Lucy and her friend group, and how she gets kind of adapted to their friend group. And the after timeline is Lucy is now missing, and she is wanted for murder of another boy that they know. So my problem is, my least favorite trope of all time is when everybody is obsessed with the bad girl. Like, everyone thinks she's so cool, she's all that, and everyone's obsessed with her, and there's no good reason why, and I hate that. And that's all this book is, and it is so much drinking and drug use over and over and over again. And I'm so tired of the trope where you follow the main character, in this case Margot, and before she met Lucy, she didn't get into trouble, she didn't do drugs, she didn't do all that, and then for some reason she becomes obsessed with Lucy, and then she forgets all of her own morals and values. And I hate when books do that, and I'm just like, are you so weak that you can't stand your own ground? So this isn't going well. It's very addictive to read. I love Stacey Willingham's writing, and that's part of the reason I loved her other books so much, but this one, I just hate that trope of the girl everyone's obsessed with for no good reason, because they are a terrible person. So why do people fall all over them? I don't know. But 42% of the way through, I really don't have any plans for today, so I'm really probably just gonna sit down and watch TV. Tomorrow, surprise plans, because I didn't even know this was gonna happen, but yesterday when I was in the airport, one of my roommates that I hadn't even met before, I have since met her, obviously I'm staying with her, but I hadn't met her in person before, and she just texted me and was like, hey, do you like Niall Horan? And I was like, since 2010 when he auditioned on the X Factor. And she said, do you want to go to his concert with me on Friday? Yeah. So tomorrow, I'm going to see Niall Horan. I've dreamed of this day since I was a wee little teenager. So I'm excited. Good thing I brought like some dresses or stuff, which is like good enough for concert. But I'm going to see Niall Horan, and then I might do some more exploring, things like that. But I don't have any concrete plans for while I'm here. I'm just kind of, you know, seeing the vibe, seeing where I'm gonna live, things like that. But as for the rest of the day, I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'm gonna read, and I'll probably watch People Magazine Investigates I Survived a Serial Killer. I love People Magazine Investigates. It is so, so good. And the I Survived a Serial Killer one is heart-wrenching. I've watched the first 2 episodes already, and I just cried, because you have the people who survived these harrowing events like actually telling their story, and I just cry. Yesterday on the plane, I watched a movie. I was gonna read the whole time, but I watched a movie instead. I watched Arthur the King, based on a true story about a dog. And I love dog movies. And of course I cried, you know, just on the plane, and I cried. I also started watching David Holmes' The Boy Who Lived, which is the documentary about Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double on Harry Potter, and he actually got injured and paralyzed while filming Harry Potter, and his story hasn't really been told. So I started watching that, so on the way home, if it's on the plane again, I will probably finish watching that. But for now, lunch and reading, and then I will see you later.
Welcome to the show live on tour, baby! Wow, Denver, look what you've done to my life. Look around you. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for selling out the Ball Arena for me. I've got goosebumps. Thank you so much. Probably nearly 6 years ago to the day we were over at Red Rocks, which is arguably one of the greatest nights of my life. To play that venue in this city was an absolute dream come true. And here we are tonight in front of 13,000 people at the Ball Arena. Look at you all. It is every musician's and every child's dream to stand up on stage in an arena full of people. Everybody's got their own individual story as to how they became a fan, and we're all here tonight to celebrate together. Thank you so much for doing this. I hope you have a great night.
Hello, it is now Saturday right around 12:30 and I have a little bit to update you on. So yesterday I went on a little adventure and I put a little clip in there. I went to a diner that I saw on Instagram and I love diners. Diner food is some of my favorite, and so of course when I saw it I was like, I have to go. And it was really good. It was so busy, so I sat along like the counter on the stools. I got pancakes, hash browns, and eggs, and honestly it was a little expensive for diner food, but this man was sitting next to me and we got to talking, and turns out he's also from Texas and he's actually from a really small town by El Paso. And I told him, I have a friend from that town, and he was like, no way, who is it? And I told him, and turns out he went to high school with the man that I know. And how weird is it that we're both in Colorado and we have a mutual acquaintance? So he ended up paying for my food, which was really nice. So that was great. The food was good. I'll definitely go back because there's so much I want to try there. And then last night we went and saw Niall, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, I have waited since 2010 to see Niall Horan or any member of One Direction. I was a Directioner, still am, die hard. I was on like Twitter religiously when I was in my teenagehood, and so when the boys first auditioned on X Factor, I would watch it illegally. So I've literally been there since before One Direction was even formed. So to finally see Niall was just so good, because I am such a Niall girly, and I have been, because I related to the blondness and the devastation I felt when I realized he wasn't blonde. But honestly, the brown hair does it for me. The brown hair does it for me, and he is so good. One of my favorite things about concerts is you always go into it excited for certain songs. So for me, I was excited for like Night Changes, because One Direction obviously, and then some of the bigger hits. But then when you leave concerts, you always leave with a new favorite, and in this case my new favorite is Science. Oh my gosh, how emotional that song was. It was so good. So I put a few concert clips in here, and if you skip over them, that's totally okay, because I hate watching concert clips and vlogs, but I thought I'd include it to kind of show you what I've been doing while I'm here. And right now we are about to leave to go view our house that we're going to be moving into in a few weeks. We're gonna sign some papers, so I'm not gonna record anything. You will see that when I do move in, but we're gonna be meeting with the realtor and everything, so that'll be fun. But for reading updates, so I finished Only If You're Lucky by Stacey Willingham, and I'm giving this book 2 stars. Oh, it was so bad, so disappointing, and kind of reiterating what I already said, I am so tired of stories about the girl that everyone is inexplicably drawn to despite the red flags, and everyone just ignores the red flags. I'm also so tired of stories where characters fall into peer pressure so easily and they start doing drugs and alcohol and things that they never would have done before, and I'm like, are you really that weak that it's so hard for you to say no? Like, that person you're trying to impress, why? Like, what's the deal? And I'm just so tired of stories that are like that. And this is one of those, and so it's like every other story like this that I've read, nothing unique, nothing original, and I do not recommend it. I recommend her other books, I really love her, but this book, I just hate. I think that's my most hated trope, where like characters just love a girl, and I'm like, her red flags are screaming at you, and then everything that happens to them, I'm like, I don't feel bad for you in any sort of way. Sorry, my camera was about to fall, so I had to switch it so if it looks a little different, that's why. But I did start another book today. I started The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth, and a lot of my friends really love this book and Sally Hepworth, and so this is my first one by her, so I'm really excited. I'm pretty sure this follows a couple who they live in this like mansion on a cliff. And people often go to this cliff to unalive themselves, and the husband actually talks them down. He has talked down every single person that has gone to this cliff and saved their lives. Until one day he doesn't, and one of the girls jumps, and when the wife looks out the window, all she sees is her husband's hands outstretched in like a pushing motion. So that's all we know. I'm like 5% in, so I literally just started. I'm probably like less than 20 pages, but I'm really excited to read from Sally Hepworth because so many of my friends do love her. But for now, I'm gonna go see my new house that I'm gonna be living in. I'm moving out of my parents' house. I'm really excited, but also really, really scared. So like good vibes all around because I still need to find a job here, which is gonna be difficult, but good vibes. I'm excited. So I'm gonna go, and then maybe I'll read some more later today because I really don't have any big plans. Good morning. It is Sunday, which means I leave Colorado today, but my flight's not until like 9 something p.m. So I basically have the whole day here. However, I don't have any plans. I really just want to chill and read my book. So reading, I'm 33% of the way through The Soulmate, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really intrigued. And this book and Sally Hepworth's other books are often marketed as thriller, but from what my friends have said, they're usually like mismarketed because they're not necessarily thriller. So people usually go into them like expecting that, and then they're disappointed. But for me, I knew it wasn't gonna be a thriller, but it also has like some of the traits of a thriller. Like there's clearly like unanswered questions, mysteries that we're trying to figure out. And I love books like this where it's not straight up thriller, but there's something unsettling in the background. And so the whole time you're reading, you feel really uneasy because you know people are hiding things and that there's something secretive going on. And as you're reading, more secrets are being revealed. And it's just really interesting. And I love stories that are told this way. And Sally Hepworth does a really great job of revealing things when you need to know them and when it's most exciting. And so I don't exactly know where this is going, but we have discovered some things already that I'm just like, gasp, scandalous. So we'll see if like what I'm thinking is actually what happened. But honestly, I really don't have any solid theories right now because I don't know where this is going, especially because I've never read from Sally Hepworth, so I don't know how she does her reveals and things like that. But 33% of the way in, and I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I don't have plans today, so I'm really just hoping to sit on the couch and finish this book, and then maybe I can start my next one on the plane. Although, we know, I say I'm gonna read on the plane and I never do. But for right now, I'm gonna go sit down, eat breakfast, and then read more of The Soulmate and hopefully finish it. Also, it is the last day, the last stage of Tour de France, so I'll be watching that when I'm reading. So I'll see you later. Reading update because I finished The Soulmate and I really, really enjoyed this book. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars because it's not a new favorite, but I had so much fun reading it, and I am so looking forward to reading other books from Sally Hepworth because her writing was so good and her reveals were so subtle but also shocking and changed the course of the story completely, and they had such a big impact, and I was shocked through several of the reveals. I loved her writing, the atmosphere, it was really, really great. So if you've read Sally Hepworth, tell me what book from her that I need to read next because I loved it so much. Now, I need to decide what I'm going to read next, and I've already decided. It came through in my library hold, and I was like, yes, I need to read you now, and that is Butcher and Blackbird by Bren Weaver. I am so excited for this book. All I know is that it is about 2 serial killers falling in love, so it gives like Dexter vibes because I think they kill bad people and they're like competing. And I'm so excited because I've heard that the romance is good, but it's also dark, and so I just feel like I'm gonna love it, and I better love it. And I have been wanting to read this one so bad. I have almost bought it several times, but I'm like, no, I need to save money, I don't need to buy books. And then my library came through, so I'm gonna sit down and read Butcher and Blackbird. It is about like 3:39 p.m. and my flight is at 9:55 tonight, so I definitely have several hours before I need to go and get ready. So I'm gonna just read and hopefully I love it because I feel like I'm going to be obsessed with it. All right, I am clearly back home in Texas and I am so tired right now. My flight was delayed, and so we didn't leave until like almost 11, which means I didn't get back to Texas until like 2 a.m. and I didn't get back home till like 3 a.m. because I don't live in San Antonio and I am so tired. As someone who goes to bed at 8 p.m., 3 a.m. is a lot, but I'm here. And I have an update for you because I am at 35% of the way through Butcher and Blackbird. And yes, okay, so we follow two people, Sloane and Rowan, and they are both serial killers. And this book starts off with them meeting because Sloane is trapped in a cage because she killed this man, and Rowan is there to also kill this man, and he sees Sloane trapped in this cage, so he gets her out, and they go and they have dinner, and Rowan suggests this idea to have this friendly competition every year where they try to see who can kill this bad guy first. Because the thing is with them serial killing, they don't kill just anybody, they kill bad people. So like Dexter, only killing other bad guys. So it's kind of justified in a way, you know? So they have this competition where they meet up once a year and they try to kill somebody first. And it's just so good. The banter is so much fun, but it's also like really like tension filled because it's also spicy. Okay, it's not just about serial killing, it's also about romance. And there's one scene where he literally Pavlov's Sloane and it's so funny, and I'm just like, I just love them, and I'm excited to see where this is going. And it's also brutal, and it's just like everything that goes on in my mind is written into this book. It's like the gore, the horror, but also the love and the romance and the tension. It's like all of my things put into one, which I love. So I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna read some more of it. It'd be great if I could finish today because it reads so fast. I wasn't thinking that I was gonna get that far in yesterday, but I did. On the plane, however, I told you I don't like to read on the plane. I always say I'm going to, but I don't like to read while I'm in motion because it makes me feel weird. So I finished watching David Holmes' The Boy Who Lived, and oh my gosh. These people are incredible. Like David Holmes, Daniel Radcliffe, they're still so close, but the mindset that David Holmes has is just absolutely incredible. Like, how do you go from being a stuntman to paralyzed and having such a great, like, gratitude-filled heart? It was so good, and I really, really enjoyed it. I also forgot to mention something I watched while I was in Denver. I watched Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, I think that's what it's called. And I have been up to date with the Gypsy Rose case since, like, the day she murdered her mom. So watching this documentary is like interesting because I don't know, you could see how her behavior can be similar to her mom's, but also the drama with Ryan and Ken. So let me know if you're watching as well. But yeah, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna read some more of Butcher and Blackbird, and I might just finish today. I am here to close out this vlog. Of course, I have to update you on Butcher and Blackbird, but first, I need to update you on a movie that I watched. So I went and watched Twisters in theaters. I went by myself. I love going to the movies by myself. It's just such a fun experience for me, and I can't believe, like, I'm okay with doing that because years ago I wouldn't be, but I just love going, getting my popcorn, getting my candy, and just enjoying the movie. And Twisters is something that I wanted to see for so long. I love weather. I would love to be a storm chaser. Tornadoes are so fascinating to me. I would 100% be a meteorologist if I knew science, but I am not a science girly, so I can't be a meteorologist. But I went, and also Glenn Powell, but the actor who plays Javi, yeah, nobody's talking about him, and he's incredible. But anyway, Twisters was so good, so much fun. It was like thrilling, and the tornadoes seemed so realistic. It was awesome, and I definitely recommend it. But my final update on Butcher and Blackbird, I really enjoyed this book. I am giving it 4 stars because it's not a new favorite, because I felt like I wasn't as sucked in as I am with other romances, but I still really, really enjoyed it. I love the 2 main characters as well, and I can't wait to see like the rest of the series and the other couples that go on, especially the next one, because I feel like it's going to be really funny because right now those 2 characters kind of hate each other. But in this one, the spicy scenes are probably, dare I say it, the best spicy scenes I've ever read. I loved them. But I really loved the different serial killer aspect, and the 3rd act breakup in here was so good and done so well because it made complete sense. I am a sucker for a good 3rd act breakup, and I think this one was done really, really well. So I ended up reading 4 books in this vlog. I traveled to Denver, I went and saw Niall Horan, I watched some TV, I watched some movies, and I went and sold some books, I bought some books. We did a whole lot this week, and I hope you enjoyed this style of video from me. If you've made it this far, go ahead and leave the blackbird emoji because Butcher and Blackbird. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!